I'm pleased I have it. Thank you.
Do you have one of the books that I made a long time ago, referred to as a Circle of Friends book?
No, I do not.
What are you reading from the one I have on my website?
I'm reading from the Rudra Yoga Bible.
Oh.
Return to Union, Mastery Code.
That is it. The Rudra Yoga Bible.
Okay.
That's it. And I have a stack of them here on the table on the north side of the room. And then I found that they got thrown out. And now Mercedes says she has two. They're complete. And we're looking for them. Because I want to, this is my favorite. I think it's my favorite. It's one of my 2 or 3 favorites.
I'm not finding your website.
esolove.org. Clearly, you don't read my website.
I don't.
I have everything I have over 90% of what I think is important to me on my website.
What was that book that you sent me? That's on your website, the one about the seancing. The
Voyage to Arcturus.
And
the Voyage to Arcturus.
Oh, is that on there too?
Yes.
Oh, so then it was twice.
What did she say last night?
She's asking
I heard that, but I don't know what she said. What book?
The Voyage to Arcturus.
Oh, that book. Oh, yeah. That one of the ones I made a long time ago?
Yes, before we called it the Rudra Yoga Bible.
And when we threw away those others, I can't imagine that the cycle, when they get completed, we replace them with the right ones. You remember who was around at that night? It was a Dharma night.
I know I got as far as asking for the digital copy of what was there without adding in the bottom. And then my next step was to find the book at Liberty that had everything. And I got that far. And that's just as far as I got personally. So I started in that direction and didn't finish it. And I'm not aware if anybody else attempted it in any kind of way.
Okay.
I just know what I did and didn't do. I got so far and then didn't.
Well,
Then get this next to type it in and complete
this
it.
is a good day to straighten it out.
Yeah.
Is there anybody that here that's good at typing, either on the TV or in this room? Nobody. Anybody on the TV that's good at typing?
You can do voice
Nobody.
texts now.
Huh?
You can like read it and then Google will type it while you're reading it. That wouldn't be that hard.
You know how to do that?
I know.
Yeah.
What, Michelle?
I was going to say, I know Mara would be happy to do this for me.
Mara.
Mara.
She's the one living at our house in Liberty.
I think the
And
most.
Dustin and Shantaya are going to live with her.
Mhm.
Does she know about that?
Not yet.
Okay. Yes?
I was gonna say the most efficient. I can see if Zoom interfaces with a AI technology that records, and it would automatically transcribe every video.
I've read about that.
Otter AI.
Otter AI is one, yeah. The other one I was using was called Bread, something like that.
Glasses. When I think of your favorite one, that's what I think of. Is that the one you wanted?
I don't know. Garuda, is the one that you read, the first line say, friend, hope for the guest while you're alive. Is it that one?
No.
Oh, you found it.
Yes, Isa Love Airborne.
It's also Lisa.org.
Yes.
So see if you can find the poem. That is the first line, you said?
No, sir.
Okay, we're still looking for the poem.
Oh, now you want the one she just read?
Yeah, it was the,
Oh, I thought you wanted to find the one that you were starting to say that you shot, you thought she.
Yes, that's what he wants. He doesn't want the one that I just read. He was looking.
He does, yes, he does.
He
He
was
does want the
asking.
one. He wants to see it in print. What's the first line, please?
It is not the one he
yeah,
thought it was.
hope for the guest while you're alive.
Yeah,
Jump
and
into the experience.
That's what I gave you.
What now?
that is not the one I read.
And Gruner's saying this is not it. And what are you saying?
But
This
this is
is
the
it?
one I handed you. The one you're
Okay,
starting
so
to
I
read.
still don't have the one she read, right?
Right,
Okay.
and I'm asking her, what is the first line of the one you just read? Rita?
When my friend is away from me, I'm depressed. Nothing in the daylight.
Delights me and nighttime gives me no rest.
There you
That's
go, baby girl. Yes.
Yeah, I love this one. Okay, I got it now. Do you mind if I read it?
Oh, please, darling.
I like this one so much.
Oh,
Are you recording it?
you are recording?
Yes.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
When my friend this is the first one.
Yeah.
Is it?
In the Circle of Friends book, this is the first one.
Yeah.
It is.
Right.
When my friend,
It's right under
The
our
one.
names.
I'm just on that.
We're exclaiming, yes, it's the first line.
It's the first one. When my friend is away from me, I am depressed. Nothing in the daylight can delight me, and sleep at night gives me no rest. Who can I tell about this? The night is dark and long. Hours go by because I am alone. I sit up suddenly and fear goes through me. Kabir says, listen, my friend, there is one thing in the world that satisfies, and that is a meeting with the guest. Rita, who's the guest?
The creator, the lover,
That's right, the creator.
the
I don't think there's any commentary needed on this. This was just so straightforward. It's no symbology in it. But I'm going to read it one more time. When my friend is away from me, I am depressed. Nothing in the daylight delights me, and sleep at night gives me no rest. Who can I tell about this? The night is dark and long. Hours go by because I am alone. I sit up suddenly. Fear goes through me. Kabir says, listen, my friend, there's one thing in the world that satisfies, and that is a meeting with the guest. So basically, Kabir is saying in this poem what so many people say. and that is until we find God and in ourselves, we can't ever be truly happy. And that she's also saying that the love that everybody is looking for, because people are always looking for love and never finding it because they keep looking for love. That's how you know they keep looking. That's why we have this thing called serial monogamy. So Kabir is saying the only thing that will ever satisfy the longing for union is meeting with the guest. I like that one.
I
You want to
love
read
it.
it? Should we ask people if there's something they want to talk about? We should do that. Because maybe somebody else will say they want to read one or something else.
I love it.
Good.
Oh,
Thank you so much for bringing these to Dharma.
oh, you're welcome. I'm so pleased that I could.
Dustin, you got beautiful little rabbit ears on. I'm not sure where you're located right now. Is that up at the resort? Ah! There's a picture of the resort, wasn't it?
Picture from the first year at the resort.
Where are you now?
I am on Crest. I'm on my 6,200th step.
How many?
6,200.
Is that part of your fitness training where you do that many steps every day?
No, it's not. I just opened up my health app to see how many steps I took this time.
Oh, you have a device on you that keeps track of that?
It's my iPhone.
Oh, interesting.
And the watch does it too, but I didn't wear the watch this time.
And are you out there walking because you're taking Lila for a walk? Or just something you're doing on your own?
Yeah, she's with me.
She's getting a really good walk today.
Yeah.
I wonder if you strapped your iPhone on her back, if it would record how many steps she was taking. And then you'd have to multiply it times 2, maybe.
She's got 4 feet.
Yeah. Also, each step that I take, she's probably taking 8.
Yeah, that's right. So is there something you'd like to talk about other than what we just talked about?
No, I don't have anything right now.
Do you have any more to contribute about that you've been thinking or seeing about the subject of what you're going to be doing on Thursday?
On Thursday. Well, my understanding is that Mershida and Yeshua are going to have a conversation with Jack on Thursday.
Is it Thursday?
Friday.
That's
Okay.
Friday.
We can do.
That was
Yeah.
Friday. I had the
Right,
idea
so-
that y'all would all go out together on Thursday. I said this last night, and I'll say it again.
Uh-oh.
Nobody else, I want to make it really clear. Nobody has to do anything I say, and
Yeah.
I don't care if anybody does anything I say. And that's straight from the heart.
Yes.
Having said that, I do want to say something, because everybody thinks in a certain way, and this is my way of thinking. It comes from my 12 years of training with Yogi Bhajan. This is basically his mind. I find it more interesting to just move out and go with them on Thursday, and let them talk about it on Friday if they want. That's fine. That means it's natural. It's not coming from any place other than, hey, I want to talk to you about this.
Yeah.
And from your point of view, if I were you and your body, my point of view would be, this is just what I'm doing. And you're also moving into my house, and you're invited, so there's not any issue there.
Yeah.
And then if people just noticed you and said what you're doing, you could tell them. Otherwise, you just be doing what you're doing in our house and on our 47 acres, 49,
Something like that.
something like 49, in 3 parcels, right?
Uh-huh.
Well,
40?
165 in 3 parcels. 165 acres in 3 parcels.
That's the whole place.
That's everything.
But the part we bought because we wanted to have a home. You found those and you said, I want to buy these because I want us to have a home.
What's the large chunk of sheet? Is it 113 or 108?
113. So we basically have 52
45.
total with the
With the 7.
7.
45.
45 acres on the Moenpo,
Okay, and you said that's 2 parcels,
and then plus 7 acres.
plus 7. And you said 245, so it'd be 52?
Uh-huh.
No, we did. Yeah, we did the same math.
Roughly 52 acres combined.
52.
Mhm.
So anyway, it's 52 acres that we bought, so we have a home there. And we've invited you to live in our home and make it your home too, with Shantaya. And also to expand the music project we've been working on for a few years and birth it out there. So I'm just saying, I'm not telling you what to do, but I'm just saying, from the way my mind developed, I would just be base. Remember when we were talking about base?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd just be base and I'd just do what I'm doing. And if anybody wanted to know, they could ask me. And that's different than thinking there's anybody's permission to ask about doing things out there, because it's definitely not true.
Uh-huh.
And by doing it the way you are talking about doing, it's feeding into that idea that that's somebody's place, and you have to be sure everybody's fine with what you're doing.
Uh-huh. That's clear.
What did you say?
That's fair.
He said that's clear.
It's clear. Well, what do you think? I mean, does that make you want to approach it that way, or do you want to approach it a different way, and you can tell us that?
Oh yeah.
That does work for me. And I'd like to talk to Shantaya about it and make sure she's on board for a day trip on Thursday. I do need to be back on Friday morning because I have a music studio client coming in.
I remember that.
So it would likely be a day trip,
Right.
or we would
So
go on Thursday morning and come back at night.
So if she were there, if she was with it and wanted to do it,
Uh-huh.
would it be like you would just go out at the same time as Mershida and,
I'll be shopping on the way.
okay, what
Whenever I
time will
leave.
you get there?
I don't know. It's impossible for me
Would
to
it
know.
be more like the afternoon or the morning
It's
or
usually
the
at
night?
night. It's usually at night.
Well, she's not going to get there until Thursday night. So it doesn't really make any sense for you to go out with them, because she's not going to get there until Thursday night.
Yeah.
So anyway, you do what you feel to do, but I'm just saying I would suggest that you be completely base and not feed the illusion that you need to make somebody feel good in order to do what you're going to do.
Okay.
You're the authority of yourself.
That's true. That's clear.
Okay, thank you.
Dustin, let me ask you, and you can talk to Shantaya about this idea too. would you want to participate in the detox retreat for any number of days? Or an afternoon or an evening, like any period of time as a healer, somebody who, I mean, it could be as simple as giving foot massages and shoulder massages, back rubs.
Yeah.
I mean, it can be super
Yeah.
simple like that. You know how everybody loves that in a detox. And there might be other skills that you have, or she has, or that you have collectively to offer to a group on their creative time. Something to consider. And then that way, I'm just thinking of how you're out there participating in a Rudra Yoga event, which we all practice Rudra Yoga, bringing heaven to Liberty. And we bring Rudra Yoga 4 times a year to Liberty. And we have a Rudra Yogi student out there living in Mo already through Mara.
So what is she saying, Jim? Justin, what is she
She's
saying?
inviting Shantaya and
I
I
heard the first
to
part.
consider spending a day doing the detox and
Doing the healing. I heard that
making
part.
an offering as well.
What was the second part she just said?
She was talking about expanding heaven or bringing heaven back into Liberty Arising.
Yeah, that's actually what we're doing.
Yes. I like that idea. And I will talk that over with Shantaya and then
Probably a good idea to be harmonious with the residents.
Harmonious with what?
The residents.
Just out of human consideration and
With who?
The
Rednecks?
residents.
Redneck.
Yeah, and I'm glad everybody's saying what they think. I'm already harmonious with everybody in the universe because I merged my mind with God, which is the whole idea of yoga. That's the idea of yoga. It's union, and you merge your mind. You merge your mind with God, or another way of saying it, you look at things from God's point of view, and not from anything that has to do with your conditioning of the me in this time that I'm here now. That nothing like that. And so, from that point of view, I'm harmonious with God and myself, and I just do what I do because I am base. And there's nothing more clear and powerful and energizing for all than to know someone who is truly like that. So that's my response to what you said, not an argument, but just what it made me think.
I thought it was part of the teaching to be considerate of others and harmonious in our actions with others.
What'd she say?
She thought it was the teaching to be harmonious and considerate of others with our actions.
Well, I think, so, a lot of people will say that if you want to raise children, the best thing you can do is be an example all the time, without exception, of what you would like for them to be, how you would like them to be. And so if you just are fully based, I can't think of any greater gift to give your children than their cool mama or their cool dad.
Is there any consideration at all for their feelings about it, or is that just something that's being ignored?
Well, that's what in yoga we call complicated emotional states.
Okay,
I got which is
Okay.
anti-union. So just to answer your
You have
question.
a plan.
Say it again.
You have a plan that's not including those principles.
This isn't a plan. I'm just thinking out loud right now. And just like you, we're just talking. I'm not being an authority figure here. Just you talked about something and made me think of what I thought. That's all.
Yeah, I have a question. Is what consideration have you given to the idea that it's possible that the people that are in that space might want to be informed about it and let them know that that's happening out of consideration. Is that something that occurred to you, or it didn't occur to you, or?
Well, the way I was
doesn't
thinking
matter?
about it. Say the last thing again.
Or it doesn't matter to you whether they
Well,
react or not. It
Okay.
seems
The
it
way
seems
I-
likely that they might have a reaction that could be avoided by just being considerate.
Om,
But
are you asking a
I
question, or are
might
you
just
just
be
keep going?
a wet
'Cause
blanket
you
on the
keep
whole
going,
thing,
Om.
because it's something that
There's a question to be
doesn't
answered,
seem completely clear. There's something about it that
and
doesn't
it can be
seem
clear right
completely
now.
clear.
Wow.
Is there a question out there?
There's something about it that doesn't seem completely clear in acknowledging the other people involved. That's all. It just doesn't feel right.
Well, I know there's a series of statements and points of view, and I'm glad people are expressing themselves. I thought you started out by saying, I have a question. Wasn't that the first words you said?
Yeah, I asked my question, but there wasn't an answer to it.
Well, I actually tried to answer you 3 times, and then you kept talking, so I stopped. That's not a criticism. I'm just saying, if it is a question, I would love to answer your question. If it's not a question, and just you expressing your view, what you see, that's fine too. I'm just asking, is there a question?
Yeah, it was both a question
Okay.
and expressing my view, how I would feel if it was me, and how I would wonder how someone, a conscious
See,
being, wouldn't be considerate of that. I just don't understand it. Just something about it doesn't feel right.
Okay, in my way of thinking, that is a statement. And I hear you.
It was both a question and a statement. The question was, have you considered the other people's who are involved in it, and how they might be approached in a more harmonious and considerate manner? That was the question. Have you considered that? Other options that might be more harmonious and considerate of other people?
Well, I think that allows me to understand that you're making a statement, because behind the question is a point of view, and that's your point of view. In other words, if we wanted to phrase it a different way, you might say something like, if I were me in your body, I would think about this and do it this other way.
Okay. So then you
not,
can reframe my question if you want.
No, I wasn't reframing your question. I'll start again and saying what I said. When I listen to what you call either your both and, when I listen to that, I could turn it into a question, but because it's both and, I could turn it into a statement. But if I turned it into a question, I would still hear your point of view behind the question, rather than it being a question that you had no point of view, like, what is the circumference of Venus?
Right.
That's just a question.
So my question is, what is the most harmonious and considerate way to handle that, considering the feelings and the opinions of all the people involved?
Okay, that's a good question. And I have 2 things to say about it. One is, were you part of the discussion last night about the new word we brought into our vocabulary, which is base, B-A-S-E?
Mm-hmm. Not based?
Not based, base,
Oh, I see.
B-A-S-E.
Okay.
Did you understand that? I'll say it again.
I heard it, but I didn't understand it. I don't use the word base. It's the first I've ever heard of it. But it sounds like it's self-importance and considering one's own stance and not considering other people's, coming from your own sense of power and authority rather than considering that of others.
I would like
Well,
just for
Go
him
ahead.
to explain base, please. And my battery's about to run out.
Hey, let me make a suggestion to you. This would be something you could think about. Every night, say an hour before Dharma night, you just plug your phone into a charger. And just make a habit of it.
My phone's plugged into a charger right now, charging up while I'm on the Dharma night. All you gotta do is plug your phone in, Garuda.
Well, that's a difficult thing right now. Thank you. I will do it. I want to hear the definition of base, please.
Now, that's a good question.
Thank you.
What the
It
answer?
is a statement.
What?
She said, I want to hear the definition of base. Jim said, that's a good question. I said, that was a statement.
Yes, and it can lead to a question, what is the definition of base?
Yeah.
So that's Garuda's statement and question.
Uh-huh.
So who here has any idea? Oh, I asked Romana a question, and she answered a different question that I didn't ask. But the one I did ask is, were you here in the really long conversation we had about this new word that was being injected in our vocabulary, which is base?
Yeah,
And she didn't answer
I answered that question.
She about something else. Okay, well,
And
answer it again. I must have bad hearing.
And the answer was yes, I heard that, but I can't say that I understand the word completely, and I wouldn't necessarily use it.
Well,
I told you what I understood, that I understood what it was meaning from the way you were using it.
And said that to me, she just
Soften.
I didn't understand it. And then she said, I did understand it. Is that right or wrong?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
So, Rashida,
May I read the definition that you sent me?
I would love for, that'd be great.
Yeah, it would be great.
I think the question that's coming up that Ramana and anybody else is talking or thinking about is a good question. What's the most respectful way to be with anyone?
Base means being yourself, not being scared of what people think about you, not being afraid to do what you want to do, being positive. Someone who is overly earnest or sentimental is cringe. That would be the opposite of base. As is someone who is trying too hard or is ostentatious about their politically correct moral convictions. Someone who is based, on the other hand, isn't afraid to call a spade and coolly defies moral and artistic conventions. Based is a slang term that originally meant to be addicted to crack cocaine or acting like you were, but was reclaimed by rapper Lil B for being yourself and not caring what others think of you.
Read that sentence again.
I see. Okay, that makes sense.
Wait.
She's
still
being base.
Get up.
Being base means that you're not considerate of others because their opinion doesn't matter, and you do what you want anyway.
Please let Rudy finish. Please let Rashida finish.
You have
Thank
to
you.
be an example.
Ramanana, shut the fuck up. Okay? Let somebody talk.
Okay, she left.
Oh,
I got New York.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, that was a good laugh. That's the thing I got out of that.
She did get angry.
Uh-huh.
Did she go away?
This
Come on
is
now.
Garuda.
Garuda started
Would you
it.
like to hear the end of it? This is your, you asked, what is it? Right?
Please. Please, yes, ma'am.
And Isa asked for a sentence to be reread. So I'm going to start there.
Thank you.
Based is a slang term that originally meant to be addicted to crack cocaine or acting like you were, but was reclaimed by rapper Lil B for being yourself and not caring what others think of you, to carry yourself with swagger.
Read that part about again.
Being yourself and not caring what others think of you, to carry yourself with swagger.
I love it.
As an expression of admiration or respect. For instance, someone might say, that rapper is so based, meaning they appreciate the artist for speaking their mind and being true to themselves. Other examples could be, that athlete is so based.
That what?
Athlete.
Oh.
An athlete.
Say
And
that sentence again. The other thing.
other examples include, it's a quote, that athlete is so based. And the synonyms for based are situated, stationed, located, set, placed, positioned, established, founded, grounded, and anchored. And that was my guess about what is a base wife. Someone anchored in themselves in their center.
Yeah.
And speaks their
Right.
mind or from their heart.
And that came from a statement somebody made that I read. What was that? Anybody remember that?
Yeah, that was the list of what somebody wants as an ideal home or in their ideal home.
And that was the
That was the
last
last
part of
one.
the list.
That's the last one.
Oh, you know, that's from the Cornelius Aurelius person.
Yeah.
That's his list. Or either his brothers. I don't remember which one. Well, that was a really interesting conversation. And the person that was in the middle of what Marshita was sharing got mad and left. So, and I say got mad, I mean, I'm meaning by that, really offended. Offended that we were even considering other ideas than the ones she was saying you should have,
Right?
Yeah.
which isn't base.
No.
That's, what's the other word?
That was,
It's cringe.
it's disrespectful.
Cringe.
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 Cringe,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
cringe.
Yeah.
Actually, somebody did that before I said that.
Well, you know who does that a lot in his natural expression of things?
Who?
What you just did?
Yeah?
Ah,
Who does
Luke
it?
Gordon.
Oh,
You
really?
know how he does that?
Oh.
You see him?
That's some of the grapes again.
Mhm.
It looks like everybody's like it. It's great.
Oh, no grapes. There's cherries though, and blueberries.
Oh, do we have grapes?
There's in fourth way terminology, there's something called internal considering. And this seems relevant here. That, to me, that's being an internal consideration. It's like, kind of like the opposite of being based. It's like overly considering what other people think about you and how people are reacting, or being fearful of how somebody might to be perceiving you.
Internal consideration.
Yes.
I think after that whole thing we just did, I just noticed, just as Justin was starting to talk, maybe a second before, I started hearing that harmonious sound really loud. So I'm thinking, why don't we spend a minute or less hearing the harmonious sound in our own brain?
Yeah.
Oh, she's back. Goody, goody, good.
Okay, thank you for doing that. Martina, Romana left for a while, but she came back. So could you pick up exactly where you were when she left and read the rest of that? Because I know you were reading it for all of us, but you were also reading it for her as another way of looking at it.
Yeah.
You can just start over with that statement somebody was making.
Yeah, I found the place. The term based was reclaimed by rapper Little B for being yourself and not caring what others think of you. To carry yourself with swagger. It's used as an expression of admiration or respect, in that someone might say, that rapper is so based, meaning they appreciate the artist for speaking their mind and being true to themselves. Other examples include, that athlete is so based. So these are quotes that somebody's making here and dating it. So some article came out and somebody used it like that. And synonyms for based are situated, stationed, located, set, placed, position, established, founded, grounded, and anchored.
I like the last two work best for me.
Me too.
Founded, grounded, anchored.
Yep.
And to me, that's where we're coming from, because there's a vision that we have held since we bought the property for the purpose and intent. That's our vision. And we've been sharing that vision with the people who are stewarding the land. And we are continuing to hold that vision.
Yeah.
And we're asking them to join us in that vision and allow us to expand it and to bring the new in and raise the frequency for everyone's evolution.
I love exactly what you said, except one word. I don't dislike it, but I would change one word instead of allowing us to expand it. I would say enjoy our idea of expansion with you and expanding it together. More like that idea, but it's a minor point. But what you said is really clear. And just remember, in Dharma Night, we might think we're working on others or ideas, but we're actually always just working on ourselves. Clint, love it.
I believe that we are a little bit assuming that those who are out at liberty are going to get tense about what it is that's going on. And the funny thing is, as someone who's been a advocate of wanting liberty to change, I have a feeling that somebody like Jack is going to embrace, and not only embrace, but love working with Big D Money. Like, I just have a feeling there's going to be nothing with Jack. I think Jack's going to see exactly what the vision is and work with Dustin. I've always thought that way with Big D Money and Jack. I do wonder about the others, and honestly, I also don't really care about the others. Someone like Jack is a steward of that property, and I believe that once he sees Big D Money and his vision, there's going to be absolutely there's going to be nothing to consider. I think he's just going to fall right into the vision.
Infinite harmony.
That's my 2 cents.
Yeah, it's like a nonprofit that he started called Infinite Harmony. Did you know about that?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know. Okay.
I think that the greatest thing that we can do as a team and as a crew is continue to hold the highest vision for it to be clear, and that we present it on Friday with them in a way where there's no obstacles and all of this potential hearsay, and that we move forward as a harmonious unit and allow them to feel the harmony and the synergy of our Sangha and what we've been creating over the last couple of months. And it feels very simple, and it feels very clear.
I love that. You could kind of use that rapper language. You could say, "Hey, bro." That's a bro statement, for sure.
I go, "Hey, Unc." He goes, "Hey, cuz."
Oh,
Your best.
tell me your name. I don't know you yet, do I?
Turaj. Turaj.
Tiag?
Turaj.
Turaj.
Spell it.
Turaj.
Yeah, how do you spell it?
T-O-R-A-J.
That's how I would say number 2 and then R-A-A-J. But it's spelled T-O-U-R-A-J.
T-O-U-R-A-J.
R-A-K-J, did you say?
R-A-J.
You did. T-O-U.
T-O-U-R-A-J.
Towerage.
Like tour.
Turaj.
Yes, Turaj.
Turaj.
But you put a pew in there. You put a U in there. I wouldn't have known it wasn't Towerage. Because T-O-U sounds, before I heard what it really is, it sounds like tow. What do you think?
Oh, well, I think of the word tour. I'm gonna go take a tour.
Tour?
A tour. I'm gonna take a tour of the house.
A tour.
T-O-U-R.
Turaj.
Tourage.
Well, anyway, it's nice to meet you. I'm glad you're here. Is there anything you'd like to talk about?
I'm just listening, really absorbing everything. It's really
You really perked up when you found out that he studied with Yogi Bhajan, is that correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
Over there?
I saw his state really became alive when you mentioned that you studied with Yogi Bhajan for 12 years. Yeah.
You know him?
I studied at Yoga West for a while.
Yoga what?
I studied at Yoga West for a while.
Yoga West in
Oh,
LA.
Yoga West. Right, that was really, a lot of his people
Yeah.
formed that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it may have been a more general expression of what he was doing, at least in the beginning.
Yeah.
It was always very connected to him.
Oh, cool.
there's a picture that pops up sometimes when in the, what do you call it, screensaver, when this is on, of a place that you had for practice in Boulder, Colorado, and would have the Yogi Bhajan come visit and talk and give teachings. And there's a big green wall in the background, and you can see everybody facing Yogi Bhajan.
We have pictures of that, don't we? We have the pictures of
comes
the
up on the
one
screen
in the domes.
Yeah.
I don't know if we have any pictures of the one that are in that building upstairs, where I told that story about how he was walking down the stairs and I was walking up the stairs. He was taking a break. And he said to me, he looked me in the eye. He called me Shunya. He looked me in the eye and said, Shunya, I love pressure.
Pressure.
Pressure. He had a very fun, confrontational personality. And he felt like it was a service to help people see their stuff, or just bring it up whether they saw it or not. I would say that's pretty base.
Yep.
Yeah.
And the green wall and the Circle of Friends mandala, the green wall with the Circle of Friends mandala, isn't that the place in Boulder? Not the dome.
Show it to me sometime.
Okay.
Yes, that's awesome. It's pieces of shit.
It is absolutely
Well, you probably went.
I bet.
I'm just finding out. It's been only 3 years.
Oh, yeah. There's something quite magical about it. You know, you can, it's palatable almost. When you drive outside this area, you feel it. Yeah, it's so good.
Oh, well, it's not been here.
I met him in 1971.
You met him in 1971?
It's the first winter solstice. Have you ever heard of the summer solstice and winter solstice? It's 3HO celebrates.
Okay.
Yeah. So the first one was in December of 1971, and that's when I met him. He'd already been here since 68 or 9, a couple of years at least.
What year was Woodstock? What year was Woodstock?
Oh,
Hey, computer, what year was Woodstock?
1969. I know he was there.
he was at Woodstock.
Yeah.
Yeah. We have there's a little film of him. It shows him talking about it. Oh, that's the thing about making a potion. It's not complete when somebody destroys it. Oh.
I have a question.
Oh, what is your question?
I found the rock.
I had a question for my Mershida.
Right.
Could you just say those adjectives of a base person again? Because I have a question about it.
Okay, synonyms are situated, station, located, set, placed, positioned, established, founded, grounded, anchored.
So is it possible for a base person to have the attributes of humility, flexibility, compassion, and harmony, and consideration of others?
Absolutely.
All right.
You said yes.
Yes.
So could they be added to the description of a base person? They're set, but they're flexible. They're established, but they're compassionate. So they could be established in their compassion and consideration and humility. That's what I would think of as a base person, someone who's established themselves in those qualities as well. And it's possible to be a compassionate person without being worried about what other people think. Just in your own commitment to your own moral code, if you consider yourself a practitioner and a spiritual person, you would want to be compassionate and flexible and sensitive, regardless of what your personal feelings are about what other people think.
When any person is listening to the silence and allowing source to guide them, all of that is in play in the way that the highest can be brought through for the greatest good and the greatest number. I believe.
Right. That
You
was
know,
my point.
the thinking mind could do all kinds of things with what would be compassionate, for instance. And it could, like, I had an example of going through something at Liberty and having a experience of source, very powerful, kissing the ground there, being one with source, having Shakti moving through me, and called Isa and shared with him that experience that morning of being at Liberty and feeling myself fully awake in me again for the first time in years, because I've been wrestling with the tiger.
Now say that last sentence again.
I'm talking about an experience I had one morning at Liberty.
Oh, one morning.
Which changed the whole show in the recent time with me and Jim. Remember this?
Yeah, I'm picking this up. I know
Okay.
exactly where I was sitting when we were talking about this.
So I want to give her an example of we are compassionate, but we might be confused at what a compassionate action would be. Because it's not always one thing or one way or one tone. It depends on the situation. It depends on now.
Yeah, I think a good way of saying it, because she was saying, could you also be living your values as part of what she was saying? Yeah. And it would really be whether a particular person, what they thought their most respectful and greatest gift they could bring to anyone. And some person might think just to be myself and be an example of that might be the best thing I can do. And that's compassion. Someone might think of that as being compassionate to others. And other people might think of being compassionate means be careful, never hurt anybody's feelings, because you never know what somebody has gone through in their life. And so just treat everyone with love and gentleness. And that could be, those two people could both be base. It's a great discussion.
Yeah. And the same person could have a period of time to be the one way, guided by source, and to be another way, the other way, guided by source, and learn from it. And learn from those things.
And what?
Learn from those things. So when I had that experience at Liberty, and I said something like, I'm feeling myself for the first time in many years. And then we talked about who I was living with in the house, and it was Jim and Shunya at the time. And I said, I feel like I want to ask for the house back. And you said, yes, do it today. Do it as soon as you see him. Do it today. And I'm like, well, it's like, I will talk to them today, but, I'll I'll give them, 3 days to move out.
Wow.
And
Well,
you're
that's pretty immediate anyway.
Yeah, but you said no. Today.
Oh, well, that's another way of saying it.
Today.
Like, I got clear this morning that I need to be in this house alone.
Mhm.
And so I'm asking y'all to find another place here so I can have that experience and just figure out what you want to do and share it with me if you like.
So, for me, because my way is more of what Raman is talking about, have consideration, be sure everybody has enough time. I'll wait until they're ready to go. I'll wait it out until they're ready and can do it, and it's convenient for them to do it. And you're like, no, today. And then I felt the power of that because I'm listening and I'm in that state of feeling the Shakti, the energy running through. And because of that, I was able to agree with a little bit of encouragement from you. We had to go back and forth a little bit for you to show me what I was feeling in the moment, and could I feel the power of it, and could I feel the silence in it.
Mm-hmm.
Because first it triggered all of my personality stuff.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
And the way I am. And
That's right.
then you got me to, hone it all down and really hunker down and feel and be base, you could say.
Yeah.
And then when I did it, when I asked them, it was immediate. They flew out of the house. And it was the best thing for all three of us. It was just like,
Right.
it was no problem.
That's really good.
So,
Does anybody have an opinion? I would like anybody who wants to tell me their opinion on what is the most base substance in the universe or in the world that you could think of. Just substance. It could be like a pine cone or something.
space.
A thing.
Yeah, that was my first.
Space.
You said what?
Space.
Space.
Love.
Love?
Say that again, please, because my phone was acting up.
Love.
What is the most base substance that you can think of right now in the world?
The inner sound.
Okay. Love?
Communication.
Water.
Who said water? Oh, okay.
Clint said communication.
Communication.
No, no, stuff.
Ruby, do you want to comment on this or not?
I do not.
Okay. I said Ruby. Ruby, do you have a comment?
Come on, baby.
I don't, thanks.
You're welcome. Now, this is the answer for me.
Base.
This is Shilajit. I think Shilajit is the most base substance I could think of.
Yeah.
Do you all know what Shilajit is? Okay, well, if you don't know what it is, we run into it one day.
Clint, are you familiar with Shilajit?
I have the gummies, pure.
Oh, he has the gummies, he says.
Yeah, the gummies.
That's the sissy way.
Oh, we have Shilajit.
But it's nice for dessert, you just pop them in,
He's doing the hardcore chewing the bitter.
Ugh. No, the gummies are nice.
5 of them in his mouth.
No way.
Yeah, they say on the package, don't take more than 2, but not everybody wants to stop at 2.
Yeah.
What about we've discovered that there's a lot of different companies that make Shilajit gummies, and we tried most of them we could find. And if you've tried more than one, what would be your experience of what's the most base Shilajit gummy? Yeah, what company makes the most base gummy?
Jeff sent me some. They were damn good. But I've only done it once. I've only had one brand.
The one that Jeff has. And
The one that Jeff.
365?
No. One moment. Same thing. It said only eat 2, and I was eating like 6.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's fine.
Let's see.
Okay, I want to tell you what mine is. Does anybody else have a comment on this? Okay, mine's been a bag.
Oh, yeah.
It opens on top. It's a very common help.
Mine is called Effective Nutra.
Effective Neutral. Well, I'll tell you what. If you'll send me 5 of yours, I'll send you 5 of mine. It's up to you. I ain't sending you 5 unless I'm getting 5, but it's gonna be anybody getting an advantage here.
Is that the right company? Let's see. Yeah.
Would you
Effective
spell
Nutra.
Sheila G?
What did she say?
How do you spell?
Can you
The
read
Sheila G.
SHILAJIT.
Just like it sounds.
Just like it sounds.
Yeah, that's very
Shilajit.
okay. I need,
Thank you.
that would go to So I'm going to go away for about 5 minutes to the Heaven Loo, and don't feel like you have to stop. Or on the other hand, we could sing my favorite song for walking around or bike riding. And that song is Ganda Parawale Ganda Pachawa. Does anybody, you know that song? You know that song, right?
Yeah.
Well, if you want to, I'd love to hear y'all sing it.
Well, I don't have it to sing it. I don't
Jim,
have
can you sing it without looking at text?
No.
Oh, okay. That's all right.
But we could do Vajrasattva.
Could you do the slow version?
Vajrasattva Taniba Tishta Titu Mibuwa Sutukaya Mibuwa Supukaya Mibuwa Anurata Mibuwa Sarvasiddhi Mibuwa Ratam Sarvakamusu Sitam Shriya Guru Ahaho Bhagavan Sarvajagata Meza Mama Meza Bhava Mahasamaya Satu Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Kaneva Tishta Titu Mibuwa Sutukaya Mibuwa Supukaya Mibuwa Anurata Mibuwa Sarvasiddhi Mibuwa Yatam Savakamu Suzume Setan Shri Guru Aho Bhagavan Sarvatatagata Meza Mama Meza Bhava Mahasamaya Sato Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Taneva Tishta Titu Mebuwa Sutukaya Mebuwa Supukaya Mebuwa Anurata Mebuwa Sarvasiddhi Mebuwa Yatam Savakama Sudane Setam Shri Guruham Aho Bhagavan Sarvatathagata Meza Mama Meza Bhava Mahasamaya Sato
Now, Jim,
Yes,
could you sing the song I'm thinking about if you had a text?
I could try.
You've never sung it before?
No.
I thought you sung everything every morning.
Are you talking about the Kundalini Swaha?
I have no idea. Ask Rashida what I'm talking about.
Okay. Rashida, what song did Isa sing that he wanted us to sing? It is the Kundalini Swaha. It is the Kundalini Swaha, and yes.
It's the Kundalini Swaha?
Yes, I can sing it if I had the text.
If you have a text.
Which I have right here.
And does Rashida can sing it without text?
Can you sing it?
I cannot sing it without text.
Rashida also needs the text.
Does anybody on the computer or here know how to sing it without text?
Does anyone here on Zoom know how to sing the Kundalini Swaha without the text?
I'm not sure I do. My phone is not working right, so I can't really hear you. Say it again.
Do you know how to sing the Kundalini Swaha without the text?
Where did you learn the Kundalini Swaha?
Sing it again.
From Maitreya.
Okay. She learned it from Swami.
Yeah.
Murshida, did you learn it from Maitreya too?
Can you sing it again? I might know it.
No, I did not. And
where did you learn it?
I might know it if I heard it, Jim.
Call me
Can you
Ya.
sing?
My name is Ya. Thank you so much.
which could go on a rice.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
Can you
Yep.
sing a little bit of it so I can see if I can remember it?
Absolutely.
I can sing it in Swahili. Shambalada pagina for another da. Limpo jagoroha. Ha ha he ha ho la da da da. Da 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 da.
That's called Sanskrit scat.
Sanskrit guess.
Sanskrit scat.
Yeah, that doesn't sound familiar
Scat.
to me at all.
Yes.
S-C-A-T. Like jazz scatting?
Oh,
Sanskrit
Sanskrit scat. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, that's it.
Sanskrit.
So please sing it in Sanskrit regular. Where did you learn it?
Janmodara nirekshani tarurani vedani chadima nityam chetasi bhavyate bhuvi kada sarvakya sancharini Mam patu priyadasa bhavakapadam Sangataye Sridhara Datri Tvam Swayamadi Deva Vanita Dina Tidinam Ashu
Listen, Jim.
Rakta Bamrita Chandrika Lipimai Sarpa Kritir Nidrita Jagrat Korma Sama Sarita Bhagavati Bam Bam Sama Lokaya Mam Sod Ganda Kud Ganda Dosha Jaditam Vedadi Karyan Vitam Swapa Swamala Chandra Koti Kiranai Nityam Shariram Kuru Siddhati nija dosha vitstalagatir Yajiyati vidyaya Kundarya kulamagamutra nagari Maya kumara shriya Yadyevam bhajati prabhata samaye Madayana katave Nityam yakula kundali japapadam Ojam sasito bhave Vai kasha chadodale tivimale Vancha palon mulake Nityam samprati nitya degatita Sanketita pavita Vidya kundala manini swajanani Maya kriya bhavyate Yaste siddha kulo bhava pranatibi Satstotrai shambhubi Tata shankara mohini tribhuvana Chaya padogamini Samsara di mahasukha praharani Tatra stita yogini Savagranti vibedini swabhujaga Sukshmati sukshma para Brahmayana vinodini pulakuti Vyagatini bhavyate Vande Shri Kula Kundalin Trivalbihi Sangai Swayambhu Priyam Pravishtam Baramarachita Chapalam Bala Bala Nishkalam Ya Devi Prarbhati Vedavadana Sambhavani Tapini Ishtanam Shriyasi Swayambhuvanitam Sambhavayami Kriyam Vani koti madrunga nada madana Nishreni koti davnai Prana shira sarashimula kamalo Lai sai kapurnana Ashad bodhabhava megara jijanita Dvantana nastayini Mata sa paripatu sukshma patiga Mam yoginam shankari Brahma Shri Tanara Vrajanta Sahasa Vaikunta Kalya Sayo Anandai Kavila Simim Shashashita Nandananam Karanam Mata Shri Kula Kundali Priya Kale Kali kaloti pane Tatstanam pranamami bhadravani te Mamudaratam pashu Kundali shakti magasta stotrashtata mahapalam Yapatet prata uttaya sayogi bhavati dhruvam Kishana deva hi patina kavina to bhaveriha Bhavatri kundali yogi brahmarino bhavenmaham Iti te katitam nata kundali komalam stavam Itat stotra prasadena deva shuguru gishpati Sarve deva siddhi utta asya stotra prasadataha Dviparadam chiranam jivi Brahma Sarva Sureshvaraha Brahma Sarva Sureshvaraha Brahma Sarva Sureshvaraha Yeah.
And that hymn is all about negating identities, right?
It's a prayer of worship to the Kundalini through that negation of identity.
Yeah.
Yes. I had a dream about her last week, a red python moving through the jungle. And then I had a dream of Murshid Isa sitting on top of me naked.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah.
And they didn't poop, right?
And someone came in the room and was like, "Are you lovers?" And we just both laughed together. Yes.
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah.
Hello. This. Oh, great. Wow.
Alkaline.
Clint, is there more you'd like to talk about tonight?
I'm taking a half day on Thursday for my birthday. So I have to work my asshole off tomorrow. I should get ready for a nap ski.
Okay, what are you gonna, what time are you going to work your half day tomorrow?
My half day is Thursday, but so I backed things up for tomorrow.
So what time is your half day on Thursday?
My half day on Thursday is going to be from 11 a.m. until 4:15. And then I'm dragging Gio in and we're gonna go have dinner. Dragging.
Where are you taking it?
I'm going to take him to Wolfgang.
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 What's Wolfgang?
No, it's another Wolfgang.
Oh, different one. Okay.
This is a woman. She makes a cry.
So she doesn't want to go?
Geo, my son, takes a little bit of got a crack whip.
Gotcha.
Who? Can you tell us a little about who Wolfgang is?
Oh, so Wolfgang is a woman.
Yeah, I don't know about her.
And it's not any, she doesn't have any relation to Wolfgang Puck. Wolfgang is a woman who has a very famous steakhouse.
Oh.
It's called Wolfgang's.
Got it.
And from my point of view, she makes the best ribeye in Manhattan.
Any connection to Wolfgang Amadeus?
Good question.
What's that?
What question?
Any connection to Wolfgang Amadeus?
Amadeus.
Amadeus.
Yeah.
Amadeus.
I don't know who that is.
What's that?
I didn't know his name was Wolfgang.
Yeah.
I thought it was something that sounded so different.
Wow.
So it's called WOLFA.
Yes. And it means warrior. It means
Loaded.
warrior.
Warrior.
Yeah, warrior.
What means warrior?
Happy birthday in advance. And what would you like? What would you like for me to give you for your birthday?
I want the other trainers to see. Because see that thing to your left?
Can you point to it?
Turn to your left. That red machine right there.
Right.
I want to put that right here.
Oh.
And so we'll be able to see it when you're there.
Yeah, and I want to take this and put it. Well, you can't really see, but you see where that mirror is and that yoga mat?
Yeah.
I want to move it there.
Oh, you know, I just was telling Dustin that I want to move this. I feel like it's buried back here, and I feel like I would use it a lot if it weren't, just to bring it either here or over there. It's somewhere, you know, where we use it. So that's a great idea.
Well, that's what I'm thinking, though, is if I bury it over here on this side, will I get the same harmony, consideration from others?
You said that'd be consideration of others.
He's wondering whether that would be in harmony and good consideration of others. Is that what you said? Would they feel that way?
Him to do it or for me to do it?
No, for him to move bring a piece of equipment in there and put it where he said. And move another piece.
But you mean he's wondering whether anybody have a problem with that?
Yeah.
Exactly.
And so what he wants for his birthday is that everybody can see
Yeah, he's not talking
his
about
vision.
Yeah.
And that it's going to work out for everybody.
Oh, great. I think it's going to work out great. I'm really glad you told me. I feel like you have a really good eye for how things are supposed to be.
Okay.
Garuda, what do you want to talk about?
I don't have anything to talk about right now. Thank you.
What about you, Ruby? Did you get anything yet?
Oh, no, I didn't.
I think Sophia was here last night. And I asked her what you were doing. I thought maybe she had you working or something. She said, I told Ruby, I told Ruby that she should come every night. Now, did have you heard that?
No,
I didn't think so, but anyway, I kind of know Sophia's brain. Jim, what do you want to talk about tonight?
Who's Jim?
Yeah, your name is what?
Yeah.
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 Keep reminding me.
Yes.
Ya Azim, so just think of his last name, Ya.
Yazin.
I'm the one that told him that was his
I
name.
know.
Okay, we got the three people at the table. Do any of y'all have something you'd like to talk about with everybody?
Not me this evening. Seems like based is the new word.
Seems like what?
Seems like based is the new.
What about you, Josh? So what?
Nope.
And just so everybody's clear about this, when we were getting to know him, he told us he was Joshua. Or he told us he was Josh. And then later, a couple of months ago, he told us that he wanted us to call him Yeshua. And so we did. And then a couple of days ago, he said, I want you to stop calling me Yeshua and call me Joshua. So everybody isn't up to date on that. I'm just helping out a little bit. Well, I think that's it. What a great night. I just love this time that it's developing here.
The Shiva lesson is appropriate.
Yes, it is.
Oh, great. Let's hear it. And I want to say that even Sophia isn't here. Before this, we started, but, like about 6:45 or maybe around more like earlier. She argued with me for a solid 45 minutes.
Oh. Okay.
So I got to know what was on her mind.
Shiva says, intone a sound audibly, then less and less audibly as feeling deepens into this silent harmony.
The what?
Intone a sound audibly, then less and less audibly as feeling deepens into this silent harmony.
The silent, what's the last word?
As feeling deepens into this silent
I heard that.
harmony.
Harmony.
Oh, that sounds good.
So appropriate.
Thank
Read
you.
it for me one more time.
I'm going to read it again. Intone a sound audibly, then less and less audibly as feeling deepens into this silent harmony.
I love that way of expressing the sound. The sound of silence. All right, well, that was a great night. And Clint, would you like to take us out for Japanese yet?
I had something I wanted to share.
Oh, I would love to hear it.
I wanted to share another Kabir poem.
All right.
The Holy One, disguised as an old person in a cheap hotel, goes out and asks for car fare, but I never seem to catch sight of him. And if I did, what would I ask him for? He's already experienced everything that's missing in my life. So Kabir says, let the events that are about to come.
I love that one.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to say anything about what that might mean to you?
I think it's the effect of the whole thing more than like the Holy One disguised. The Holy One wears many disguises, and one of them is an old person in a cheap hotel, because that imagery can trigger people in their beliefs about better than, less than. So by saying that the Holy One disguised as an old person brings up the idea that the Holy One wears many disguises. And if you ran into him, what would you ask him for?
Right.
Because he's already experienced everything that's missing in your life. So let the events that are about to come. In other words, just be open to whatever's next until you reach that state yourself.
That's great. Thank you so much for that.
Yeah.
And does anybody else have something they want to add to what we were talking about?
Thank you,
All right.
Ramon.
You're welcome. Oh, now you said that's at home. I'll say you're welcome for home.
Yes, and thank you, Isa.
You're
Moshida.
welcome.
Moshida.
Clint, would you like to take us out with 3 Japanese yes? Yeah.
Hi.
Hi. Hi.
Hi.
Computer. I love that, Ruby. Computer, turn yourself off.